Most of us have seen this graph of Dr. Burkitt regarding South African populations in 1994. And as you know, the population then was divided up between rural blacks, urban blacks, coloreds, Indians, and whites. And what you have to look at is the CHD stands for coronary heart disease. The rural blacks had none. And then when they became urbanized, they started getting the risk factors for heart disease, namely obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And then by the time you moved up the apartheid ladder and got to the colored population, they started getting full-blown heart disease, strokes, and such. And that was sustained in the more affluent populations. Also, you would notice that they didn't have dental problems, osteoporosis, and this is an extraordinary amount of information. Let's move on. So now we have a second graph showing that the rural blacks had absolutely no cases of lung cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer, nor prostate cancer. And as you go up the more affluent populations, then these cancers manifested. I might point out that the rural blacks had endemic hepatitis B in certain areas, must have eaten something hot to get esophageal cancer, and also had some exposure to human papillomavirus, but apparently urbanizing, they had more exposure to that and other viruses. Moving to the next slide and graph, the rural blacks had a paucity or no non-infective bowel diseases, and that includes from hemorrhoids to irritable bowel syndrome to colon cancer. And I might note they had no ulcerative colitis, which you could extrapolate to other autoimmune disorders such as multiple sclerosis, lupus, et cetera, and that might be because socially the environment was less inflammatory. Also want to point out that these numbers also apply to ancient Europe, ancient Japan, ancient China, Native American lands, etc. So you might look at a country, say for instance Germany or England, the rich folks were getting the congestive heart failure, the gout, etc. This is documented, whereas the poor folks who were eating the heartier bread and the more regular food, they didn't get those type of Western diseases as well. If you need more willpower to give up meat, surround yourself with great food preparation or cookbooks of the vegetarian type. Also take a trip to the slaughterhouse or look at a movie that has such, and you'll think twice about eating meat. There's a lot of problems eating meat because it causes arterial disease, builds up cholesterol, saturated fat, it weakens the intestinal flora. That's one of the ways cancer can form. Causes actually starvation in the world and is very uneconomic. Let's consider if China ate as much red meat per capita or per person as people in the United States, we would need 2 or 3 other whole worlds to grow the beef. And you wouldn't want to take cows up in the spaceship because the methane gas may blow it up and it just would consume all your vegetation you could eat. So it also can cause disease-causing bacteria. Let's turn our attention to 9 reasons we're not built to eat meat. We can compare ourselves to herbivores and carnivores, and certainly we're more like the herbivores, for instance, the gorillas. The molars are flat so they can grind. The jaws don't open wide, no claws. Our bowel walls are full of pouches so that the vegetables can truly digest, and the intestines are very long, and meat could cause putrefaction because of that. Whereas flesh eaters have very short GI tracts, and the meat can pass through quickly, and the bowel walls are smooth, and they have long, sharp claws and jaws open wide, as well as having long canine teeth. Also, herbivores have alkaline stomachs, whereas carnivores have highly acid stomachs to digest meat. Herbivores drink by swallowing, and carnivores by lapping. Herbivores sweat through their skin pores. Carnivores sweat through their tongues. And most of us don't want to jump on a cow and eat it or chicken and eat it when we see a smaller animal. We should eat similar to gorillas. That is, fruits, veggies, seeds, and nuts. Gorillas eat 50 to 60 pounds of food a day. 40% of their diet are dark green leafy vegetables. And one has to realize that you get more protein from dark green leafies per calorie than you do from flesh or meat-containing foods. Gradually or quickly change to vegetarian protein dishes, meaning just normal human food, fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts. You can get rid of the so-called unclean foods first and then get red meats. Then poultry should be discarded. Begin by eating plant protein dishes in your menus a few times every week and then every day. And I might add that poultry actually can cause more cancer than beef. That's right, chicken can cause more cancer than beef because when you cook the flesh, you get cancer-causing agents called heterocyclic amines. And when you consider that true carnivore animals eat their prey raw. How many of us have heard that? You don't have to slaughter innocent animals and consider them unnecessarily to be a real person. We can be much more compassionate and avoid economic waste of resources involving land, water, fuel to make a pound of meat instead of the many, many pounds of veggies, grains, etc. that we can have for the same cost.
Hi, this song is about greens, the curative power of greens, the importance of having plenty of fresh greens in our daily diet, the ability of greens to restore, regenerate, and rejuvenate and maintain vibrant health. It is written, let your medicine be your food, and let your food be your medicine. And it is written, and the leaves shall be for healing. It is written, and God said, behold, I have given you every plant-yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every fruit-yielding tree, and it shall be your food. Greens build blood. Greens clean blood. Greens rehabilitate your liver. Greens prevent cancers. Greens restore, regenerate, and rejuvenate. Greens make healthy cells. Greens heal your body. Eating greens promotes weight loss. Eat all the greens you want. The more greens you eat, the more weight you lose. Greens have chlorophyll that clean the blood and detoxify the body. Greens. Greens are the thing.
God's appointed diet was given to man. Please, my friend, won't you understand? Your diet and lifestyle are key. It what makes up your health. Can't you see? Your body was designed to live a long time. Methuselah lived till he was 969. The natural laws of God was given to heal. You can have great health by doing God's will.
And God gave us our first and best dietary prescription in Genesis 1:29, which is designed to heal your body, soul, and mind. And God said, behold, I have given you every plant-yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every fruit-yielding seed, and it shall be your food. This means that the best diet for health, longevity, and vitality is fruits, vegetables, beans, seeds, nuts, and grains. Eat these foods exclusively, my friends, and your body will be beautifully and wonderfully sustained. Why? It's God's appointed diet.